Hey, welcome back. Hope you guys had a great week this week. It's kind of a nice, quiet week. We enjoyed Christmas at home with just the family. Three out of the four kids came over, and we just kind of hung out and watched videos and Christmas videos and spent a good day of just having some good camaraderie amongst the family. And I got a special package this week, which I think I'm going to choose as my video for this week. We're going to do a product review on a package that I got from my friends at Jensen Equipment. Jensen Equipment is a equipment shop that is pretty prevalent in southern Wisconsin. I believe they have branches that go all the way from Madison, through Waukesha County, and it extends all the way down into Racine County. So they cover most of the southern end of the state. Great guys there. Every time I need a big piece of equipment or need any type of tools or whatever, they're my go-to company, and they always treat me well. And they helped me out after seeing one of my videos with me having that tiny little chainsaw that I'm using, that pull-in chainsaw. I think it's a 14 or 16-inch bar that I have on it. They said it's time that we get you into some real equipment. So they helped me out with a chainsaw that I'm going to be trying today. And based on what we find, I think this is going to be the chainsaw that I'm going to officially make for my channel. So without putting it off anymore, you can see in this week I got a special delivery, and here it is. I'll take you up closer and explain what we all got. Obviously you can see they set me up with a Stihl helmet with hearing protection. I got the face screen so I don't have to worry about all that crap flying in my eyes anymore. A set of chaps, and these chaps are awesome. For years I've foolishly been cutting trees and stuff without chaps, and these chaps are specially designed where if your chainsaw ever slips, it comes and grabs your leg. Obviously, for those of you that aren't real familiar with cutting wood and what chaps do, the material shreds up and it kind of binds up the motor, from what I understand, and it keeps the cutting blades from chewing up your leg, and it'll just kind of bog out the engine, and then you can clean things up, and obviously you're spared losing a leg. So let's take a closer look at which chainsaw they recommended for me and which saw we're going to be trying out today. And yeah, let's get at it. All right, we're back inside where it's nice and warm. I'm sitting in the mudroom and just thinking over what I'm going to tell you guys about this saw. Um, we had our highs and lows today. I really gave this thing a workout. It was miserably cold today. I know the video doesn't show that, but it was. And it was just below, just above freezing. And we had rain And you can tell if you look at the helmet and the saw, I don't know if the camera's going to pick it up, but they're still soaking wet. And so conditions were just brutal today. But we got a lot accomplished, and I think I gave this thing a really good workout. I used it roughly about 4.5 hours. And I'll let you know what I think. I'll start out with the bad. The bad was I only fired this off one time before I took it out in the field, and that was in my kitchen, and I ran it for about a minute before the wife came in screaming about all the smoke in the house, so I shut her down real quick. And then the second time was this morning when we fired her up out in the woods, and it was a little slow starting. I don't know if it's just because I don't know the right way to use the choke yet, or if it was because it was so cold out, or what was going on. But it was a little cold starting. Once I got it fired up, she smoothed right out. And then the only other time I had any issues with it was, again, after I fueled up with gas. We let it sit for a while, and I was out there working with my brother, and we got to talking, and the saw cooled down. I came back to start it one more time, and then this might have been user error. I flooded it, and it was a challenge to get it started again. But once she started, she ran perfect. Here's the good. This saw it idle all the time. I didn't have to tickle a trigger or anything like that. The throttle, she run perfect, just like you want them to run. Never shut down on me. I was very surprised with how smooth this thing ran. When the salesman that helped me pick this one out was talking with me, he was telling me about how much smoother the new Stihl chainsaws are, and I didn't know whether or not, he'd be forthright and exactly honest with me, but he was. Ran real smooth. It's a quick cutting saw. She just barrels right through the wood. I was really impressed with how quick this thing sawed. The fuel economy was excellent. Vibrations were next to none. Just had a real nice day of cutting wood, and I was pretty well pleased with it. Overall, I'll tell you what, that 20-inch bar, I'm glad I upgraded to the 20-inch bar on it. We handled some pretty good sized logs, and this thing just ripped right through everything today. So overall, I'm not a guy to keep, you can tell it's still all dirty, and I'm not a guy that believes in being impressed by glitz and glamour. Rather, when I buy a piece of equipment, I'm going to use it and abuse it and see how she works. And I'm thoroughly impressed with this thing. With the helmet, I'll tell you what, I wear a hard hat oftentimes at work. I'm in construction. That kind of concerned me. How's this helmet going to feel? It was nice. I was a little skeptical on whether the headphones were going to keep all the sound down and keep it somewhat quiet for my ears, and it all worked perfect. I really found it to be comfortable and was pretty pleased with it. After you wear it, 3-4 hours, it's like any other hard hat. You feel it pushing down on your forehead a little bit. But pleasantly, the earphones seemed to kind of help out on that and kept it more centered. And the chaps were awesome. With the wind blowing today, it's always nice to have something on your legs that cuts, that keeps that wind from cutting through your clothes. So that was cool. But more importantly, I had a sense of security having them on me. Like I said, my whole life I've operated chainsaws in nothing more than just a shirt and regular baseball cap and pants, and never really thought too much about safety. But I'm starting to get up there in years now, and I got my first grandson coming here pretty quick in January, so safety I'm starting to take a little bit more seriously, and I realize that in our life here on Earth, and our health and our well-being isn't guaranteed, so we need to do anything we can to protect ourselves. So overall, the Stihl MS 391, a great success. I'm going to try her another time or two and see if maybe it was an operator error that made it a little bit more hard starting. to run, and I'll keep you posted. I'll let you know. And not to be real repetitive, but that the fuel that this thing sipped through was just incredible. 4 hours, 4.5 hours of being out in the woods, and I started out on a full tank, but I only had to refuel once. So I was really impressed with that. With my last chainsaw, that old Poolin that I've been using, boy, it seemed like every half an hour, every 45 minutes, I was refueling that thing, and this thing ran forever, and was pretty impressed. So I'd recommend it. This is coming from a guy that's had Poolin. We've got 3 Huskies up north at our place up there, and this is going to be my first Stihl power saw, and a power saw it was. I'm very pleased with the purchase, and so if it helps you out, that'd be great. Thanks again for joining us this week. I'm glad that we were able to have Jensen Equipment help us out a little bit with this power saw, and overall I'm pretty pleased with it, and I hope you have a great week, and we'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for joining us. Please click like and subscribe if you can. That'd be great. It always helps with ratings. It helps me bring more videos out to you in the future. All right, guys, take care.